Hello, and let's get right into 100 questions on general knowledge. What is the longest flight recorded of a chicken? 13 seconds, 1 minute, or 5 seconds? 13 seconds. What percentage of the city was destroyed in the Great Fire of London in 1666? 30%, 80%, or 50%? 80%. What are strawberries classified as? Aggregate fruit, berry, or pome? Aggregate fruit. How many words did William Shakespeare invent that are still used today? 2,000, 1,000, or 1,700? And the answer is 1,700. What was the first and only sport played on the moon? Football, golf, or soccer? Clock is ticking, and the answer is golf. And let's move to question number 6. What award show was first held in 1929? The Tonys, the Emmys, or the Oscars? The Oscars. The United Nations was founded after what event? World War II, World War I, or the Great Depression? World War II. The 2025 World Cup took place in what country? The UK, Qatar, or the USA? And the moment of truth, the USA. The first computer mouse was made entirely of what? Wood, plastic, or rubber? Wood. What city in India is Bollywood based in? Mumbai, Kolkata, or Delhi? And here we go with the answer, Mumbai. What is a group of flamingos called? A flock, a pod, or a flamboyance? A flamboyance. And let's keep it rolling. How many hearts does an octopus have? 3, 4, or 1? Three. Sushi originally referred to what? Seaweed rolls, raw fish, or vinegared rice? Vinegared rice. What does Wi-Fi stand for? Wireless fidelity, wireless finder, or wide internet? Wireless fidelity. What country did the Women's Rugby Cup start in this year? France, England, or Australia? England. And another one. Who won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1953? Albert Camus, Ernest Hemingway, or Winston Churchill? Winston Churchill. What was the first TV show filmed before a live studio audience? I Love Lucy, The Honeymooners, or Bewitched? That's going back in time. I Love Lucy. And moving right along, how did Babe Ruth keep cool during games under his hat? Chilled cabbage leaves, he wore a ventilated cap, or he sprinkled water on his head? Chilled cabbage leaves. Where did Van Gogh paint Starry Night? In an asylum, in the countryside, or in a hospital? In an asylum. And we're already at question 20. How far is the Earth from the Sun? 150, 39, or 93 million miles? $93 million miles. Where were the first modern Olympic Games held? Paris, Athens, or Rome? Athens. The equator passes through how many countries? 16, 9, or 13? And the answer is 13. What continent straddles all 4 hemispheres? Africa, South America, or Asia? Africa. And our next question, the Wright brothers' first flight lasted how long? 5 seconds, 12 seconds, or 30 seconds? 12 seconds. What animal has fingerprints almost identical to humans? Chimpanzees, gorillas, or koalas? Koalas. And let's stay sharp with question 26. Who founded the Cubist art movement? Claude Monet, Pablo Picasso, or Henri Matisse? Pablo Picasso. Who invented basketball? Alexander Graham Bell, William G. Morgan, or James Naismith? James Naismith. Which animated movie was the first full-length animated feature film? Dumbo, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, or Fantasia? Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. How many terms was Franklin D. Roosevelt elected to? 3, 4, or 1? 4. No time to rest. Question 30. A new moon discovered in 2025 belonged to what planet? Jupiter, Saturn, or Uranus? Uranus. The QR code was invented by what country? Japan, the United States, or China? Japan. What museum is the most visited in the world? The British Museum, MoMA, or the Louvre? Time's up. The Louvre. What are peanuts? Legumes, nuts, or grains? Legumes. How many words does Scotland have for snow? Over 100, over 400, or over 300? If you are from Scotland, please tell us in the comments. We'd love to know. Over 400. What helped scholars decipher Egyptian hieroglyphs? The Dead Sea Scrolls, the Epic of Gilgamesh, or the Rosetta Stone? The Rosetta Stone. Google was originally called what? Netfinder, Backrub, or Google? Backrub. The NHS rolled out the world's first vaccine in 2025 that reduced infections by up to 40%. What was the vaccine for? Chickenpox, tuberculosis, or gonorrhea? Gonorrhea. How many years did Aung San Suu Kyi spend in house arrest? 15, 19, or 10? 15. The Hollywood sign originally said what? Hollywood Dreams, Hollywoodland, or Hollywood City? Hollywoodland. And we are at question 40. How long was the longest tennis match in history? 6 hours, 45 minutes, 8 hours, 20 minutes, or 11 hours, 5 minutes? 11 hours, 5 minutes. Please tell us how you're doing so far. Who first identified DNA in 1869? James Watson, Frederick Miescher, or Francis Crick? Frederick Miescher. What was the shortest war in history? The Anglo-Zanzibar War, the Six-Day War, or the Falklands War? The Anglo-Zanzibar War. How many countries does the Danube River flow through? 7, 4, or 10? 10. What is the largest landlocked country in the world? Chad, Kazakhstan, or Mongolia? Kazakhstan. The Eiffel Tower was originally supposed to be what? A temporary structure, a lighthouse, or a railway station? A temporary structure. Where did the concept of the butterfly effect come from? Chaos theory, quantum physics, or classical mechanics? Chaos theory. What artist painted the most self-portraits? Vincent van Gogh, Pablo Picasso, or Rembrandt? Rembrandt. Why are ice hockey pucks frozen before the game? To make them slide faster, to reduce bouncing on the ice, or to make them easier to see? To reduce bouncing on the ice. The Emmy Awards are named after what? Emmy, a famous actress, the Emmy camera tube, or Emile, a French filmmaker? The Emmy camera tube. And we are halfway through. What country had the first female head of government in 1960? India, the United Kingdom, or Sri Lanka? Sri Lanka. The former president of the Philippines was arrested following what type of warrant? An arrest warrant for treason, for graft and corruption, or for tax evasion? For graft and corruption. Let's keep moving. Who is considered the first computer programmer? Ada Lovelace, Alan Turing, or Charles Babbage? Ada Lovelace. What is the most remote road in the United States? Beartooth Highway, Montana, Wyoming, Dalton Highway in Alaska, or Route 66, Arizona? Dalton Highway, Alaska. The haka is a traditional ceremonial dance of what people? Hawaiians, Samoans, or Maori? Maori. The first alarm clock could only ring at what time in the morning? 3, 4, or 1? 4. What is the longest highway in the world? US Route 20, the Trans-Siberian Highway, or the Pan-American Highway? The Pan-American Highway. The first postage stamp was called what? The penny black, the penny red, or the 2-pence blue? The penny black. Where does sound travel faster? In a vacuum, in air, or in water? In water. Let's keep those brains working. Who designed the Guggenheim Museum? Zaha Hadid, Frank Lloyd Wright, or I.M. Pei? Frank Lloyd Wright. Who is the only player to win 3 FIFA World Cups? Messi, Pelé, or Ronaldo? Pelé. And the quiz goes on. Which actress has won the most Academy Awards? Katharine Hepburn, Meryl Streep, or Ingrid Bergman? Katharine Hepburn. Who helped liberate several South American countries from Spanish rule? José de San Martin, Miguel Hidalgo, or Simón Bolívar? Simón Bolívar. The first ever World Humanoid Robot Games were hosted in what country? China, Japan, or South Korea? China. The first commercial text message said what? Merry Christmas, Hello World, or Happy New Year? Merry Christmas. What is the name of the Korean alphabet? Kanji, Hangul, or katakana? Hangul. How long is the Great Wall of China? 6,214, 9,321, or 13,171? These are all in miles. And the answer is 13,171 miles. What is the hashtag symbol called officially? Pound sign, octothorpe, or hashtag? Octothorpe. How tall was Napoleon officially? 5'7", 5'6", or 5'4"? 5'7". What river carries more water than any other river in the world? The Amazon, the Mississippi, or the Nile? The Amazon. And here we go for question 70. What attacked Napoleon during a hunt he once organized? Wild boars, wolves, or a horde of rabbits? A horde of rabbits. What planet is the least dense planet? Uranus, Neptune, or Saturn? Saturn. What is the name of the oldest known surviving printed book? The Diamond Sutra, the Tale of Genji, or the Book of Kells? The Diamond Sutra. Who is the only athlete to win medals in both the Summer and Winter Olympic Games? Eddie Egan, Carl Lewis, or Usain Bolt? Let's see if you know this one. Eddie Egan. The Vulcan salute from Star Trek was inspired by what? A peace sign, a Jewish blessing hand gesture, or a Roman salute? A Jewish blessing hand gesture. What did the Treaty of Westphalia do? Ended the Napoleonic Wars, created the League of Nations, or ended the 30 Years' War? Ended the 30 Years' War. The world's biggest food fight in 2025 took place in what country? Spain, Greece, or France? Please tell us in the comments how you're doing so far. Spain. The first digital camera prototype was built by which company? Canon, Kodak, or Nikon? Kodak. Where did tango dancing originate? Argentina, Spain, or Mexico? Argentina. What is the national animal of Scotland? Narwhals, horse, or unicorn? Unicorn. And let's keep those answers coming. We are at question 80. Wombat droppings are what shape? Oval, flat, or cube-shaped? Cube-shaped. What does the word karaoke mean? Empty orchestra, singing night, or solo performance? Empty orchestra. What was the first object ever sold on eBay? A broken laser pointer, a watch, or a comic book? A broken laser pointer. How close will asteroid 2025 PM2 come close to Earth? 2.31 million miles, 31 million miles, or 2 million miles? $2.31 million miles. How long did Louis XIV of France rule? 72, 60, or 50 years? 72 years. And we are on question 85. Let's see how you handle this one. What is the longest running soap opera? Guiding Light, Days of Our Lives, or General Hospital? Guiding Light. The first recorded baseball game was played where? Miami, New York City, or Hoboken? Hoboken. How much time passes in Ulysses? 1 week, 1 day, or 1 month? 1 day. What did Einstein once call quantum entanglement? Spooky action at a distance, quantum telepathy, or invisible string effect? Spooky action at a distance. How many years did the Leaning Tower of Pisa take to complete? 100, 199, or 150? 199. We are at question 90 and moving right along. What is the capital of Iceland? Kópavogur, Akureyri, or Reykjavik? Reykjavik. How many time zones does Russia span? 7, 11, or 12? 11. What was the name of the secret nuclear-powered base under Greenland's ice during the Cold War? Camp Century, Camp Ice, or Camp Cold? Camp Century. What two sciences did Marie Curie win the Nobel Prize for? Physics and chemistry, chemistry and biology, or biology and physics? Physics and chemistry. Who is the best-selling poet in the United States today? Ada Limon, Robert Frost, or Rumi? Rumi. How long was the longest recorded boxing match? 10 hours, 5 minutes, 7 hours, 19 minutes, or 7 hours? Tell us in the comments if you've seen the boxing match. 7 hours and 19 minutes. What inspired the Magnificent Seven? Return of the Seven, Guns of the Magnificent Seven, or the Seven Samurai? Seven Samurai. We have a few more to go. What ended Japan's feudal system? Colonial rule, Boshin War, or the Meiji Restoration? The Meiji Restoration. What day was celebrated in India on August 23, 2025? National Space Day, Independence Day, or National Aviation Day? National Space Day. What company invested in the floppy disk? Microsoft, IBM, or Apple? IBM. And we are at question 100. What is the oldest university that is still operating today? The University of Al-Qarawiyyin, Bologna, or Oxford? The University of Al-Qarawiyyin. Thanks for playing this quiz. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.